Hey guys, it's Ebony back with another episode of R&B Vibes, and I got with me a local artist that performed at the Kickback. When I tell you she performed. All right, she looked amazing, girl. That dress, girl. Let me tell y'all,
Amazon.
Amazon be having all the secrets.
Mhm.
Okay, Miss Carmen, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm excited.
You excited? Ah!
Yeah.
I was excited to see you perform at the Kickback. I really was because you sing, you write, you rap. I mean, all of this different talent that you have when it comes to music, where did it come from?
Um, I guess well, I started off wanting to sing all the time when I was little. Like my mom said, when they picked me up from daycare, I was humming, and before I was talking, I
Yeah.
was humming the Barney song.
The Barney song, the
Yeah,
I Love You song.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, a
wow.
hit. Um, so I think just from then and then, singing in the church choir
Yeah.
and just getting. Oh, and then my grandmother had a piano when we would visit her, so I think I would just play around on that, and
Mhm.
then slowly, like, meeting instruments more and, singing in the gym during PE, trying to sing SWV,
The
like
fact that you would do it at the gym, was you running and singing at the same time to learn how
nah,
to? Okay, you were
because you're
just
supposed to be doing something, say we sitting down,
amen. Yep.
and so they're like, "C okay, Carmen, you do this first, Imma do this first," and so just, like,
Yeah.
it was that.
Yeah, for me when I was when I was in PE, I was running from the gym. I didn't want to go inside. But that's really cool. It's funny that you start off wanting to be multi-talented versus later in life wanting to pick up different skills.
Mhm.
A lot of artists they go on a music career just with one side, then they learn different other things, and they're like, let me go ahead and take on that. But you started early. Was the rapping also part of it too? Because you are a
Let's
lyricist.
Thank you, but let's talk about the rapping part. Um, yeah, I was always like, wanting to sing
Yeah.
and my parents had made me do piano lessons, but when it came to rapping, I was writing poetry, so I won a poetry contest in the 2nd grade,
Oh,
and that was a big deal for me. We still have it. It was a Mother's Day poem.
that's cute.
Um, and so from like that age up until high school, all my poetry was written and I started doing spoken word at 17. And so that's the first time, like I said, the words out loud. And I would be on the phone with a friend practicing my poem, and he was like, "You should rap," and I was like, "That's crazy! Like you're silly." And then I tried it. That's when like right when I graduated high school, that's when Nicki Minaj got real big,
Mhm.
and seeing somebody do it and yeah, she was kind of the only woman that we saw for a while during that time.
Yeah,
So I think it kinda when Super Bass came out, I
that
would
was it.
say it all the time, and I think it gave me the confidence to be like, "Well, let me say mine."
Mhm.
So then that's when I finally stopped having, like, because I was having a complex about rapping, and I was like, "Is that me? Is that who I am?" But once I realized, like, that was who I was like, "Okay."
What did you feel like? What made it? What about rapping made you feel like it wasn't you? What about it made you have this complex?
I think because, being a woman, being a
Mm.
girl, I think, a lot of things that I have liked doing and that I've been interested like, I play the drums and my, career field in college was very male dominated, so a lot of times I've been in male dominated spaces, and so with rapping, I don't think I saw myself enough on
Yeah,
TV, like, saw enough women doing this. It was always, like, female rapper, it couldn't just be a rapper, and I think all those things subconsciously kinda fed to me like, "Is that you?" And it
mhm.
gave me that, like, insecurity or that fear about it, but then it was like, "Nah, this what we gonna do.
This is what you're gonna
We're
do.
gonna do this."
So, how do you feel when you rap and sing? Is it two different feelings that you have, or do you feel the same when you do both?
Nah, I definitely feel different,
so,
def
so who are you as a singer versus as a rapper?
I think as a singer, it's a lot of I'm pulling from, like, pain
Mhm.
or want or desire or, like, yearning and being able to do that at that time, but when it comes to rap, sometimes I just would not be able to think of a melody, and I was like, "We gonna rap it instead."
Mm.
And I think when I do that, I feel a bit more of, like, in my power and in my personality. I think I feel a lot more, yeah,
Okay.
in a certain side of my personality or a strength of my personality when it comes to rap, and I feel way more, vulnerable and able to communicate that vulnerability in rap versus with
With
singing.
singing.
It's more like feeling sound, but with rap, it's like I'm telling you, like, I wrote this and this is what I wanna say and being able to do that.
Do you see yourself now though being a reflection for someone else to look at and say, "I see me in her. I see there's not someone that looks like me, that sounds like me than her." Like, you now are that reflection for somebody. Do you know that now? Do you understand that?
My dad is the reason, um so in the times when I was like, "Daddy, I don't wanna go do this. I don't wanna." He said, "Well, everything's not for you. You know, there's other people who want you to be there. There's other people who need to see X, Y, and Z." And especially when a woman may come up to me and say, "Oh, you know, you're a woman doing X, Y, and Z." Um, yeah, I think, I understand more so the importance, or I feel more of the responsibility versus like, do I see myself? I'm like, no, it's a responsibility because I need to be the person that I didn't have for myself to see. Like I need
Mm,
to continue to try to be that for somebody else who might be feeling, you know, nervous or anxious like the way I did.
yeah.
So
I think a lot of us don't understand that. I love that your dad taught you that because I know for me, I'm always like, who's going to be in the room? I don't want to know. I don't. If I gotta know what's there, I gotta know what's going on before I even say I'm going to be there. But sometimes the presence in itself, you don't know what's going to happen or who can walk in. Your presence is felt, and there's someone that needs that. There's someone that needs to hear your story, that needs to see that moment from you because they're seeing themselves in you, or maybe you're just giving them that courage to keep going on with what they got going on. So,
yeah.
so you are building up this inspiration. Okay, we see
I know you're giving me
you.
all the feels right now. You got me trying to be a G,
Well, I mean, I see you got your gangster vibe
you
on.
know.
I see what's going on. No, but it's just a beautiful thing to have. You talk about your dad. Are you always close with your dad? Is your family very close to you? Okay, tell me about family. How close are
Yeah.
y'all?
We're really close, especially the intermediate, you know, mom, dad, brother. It's four of us.
Mhm.
So we're very close. We've always been adamant about traveling to visit grandparents when they were alive, like out of town, or aunts and uncles. But like that area, like that nucleus, yeah, we're very close. And even in problems, we're very adamant about making sure that we maintain communication and that we stay close. Like that's super,
Yeah,
yeah, like, that's a
very important.
foundation for us.
Now, you and your brother both are in the creative space, right?
Mhm.
So, were your family, your parents, both of them very excited about y'all going into creativity, or were they like, "Wait a minute"?
Oh, that's a great question. You know what? My mom, she's a teacher, and, my dad, he's an actor. And so, I think, like, my mom was already she has been privy to, or, like, aware
Yeah,
of this is how you function in the household with an artist. And so the kids becoming artists, it wasn't no big adjustment, or nobody was trying to talk us out of anything.
mm,
It was very much, yeah, you need to keep doing. This is what you're supposed to be doing. My brother's a portrait artist, and then you know I do music, but yeah, it was always supported and encouraged at home because that was, and my dad's side of the family, they're very artistic, so it was never anything like don't do that or that's silly. No one ever discouraged, and that's a blessing.
yeah, it
People get
is.
discouraged all the time from doing their art, and I was blessed to have a place in the home where it was like, yeah, here you go. Here's a drum set, or here's some pencils.
Yeah,
You know, we
yeah,
wanna my parents framed my I used to do cartoon paintings in high school and I sold them. And so my parents, they had like taken pictures of them one year, all of them, and they like had made this little book
yeah.
and they gave it to me as a gift. So that's what I mean, like always just encouraging that at home.
That is something to treasure, definitely, because a lot of artists don't get that. A lot of artists get kicked out of the home or even out of a church just for their music, their craft. So,
Mhm.
I mean, shout out to your family for being so supportive. Tell me how you and your brother are able to help with each other when it comes to y'all's craft. I mean, you told us you draw. I didn't know you draw, by the way. I didn't know you drew. And by the way, I need my picture. I want me on a surfboard, and then I want me on a microphone. I want
Uh,
both of them.
I ain't got it like that no more. Imma send you straight to Brandon. Brandon.
Well, tell me how y'all help each other. How do y'all feed off each other when it comes to the creativity?
So I will say first, my brother, he's like one of my biggest supporters for my
Oh,
music. He's like, you need to do this, you need to do this. Like he's gonna tell me how to run it, like
mm,
when it comes to a song or something, or if he thinks I need to pay more attention to this and that, or how to stay focused. He's very he wants to hear the songs, he wants to give me his feedback, he wants to hear all the things. So Brandon's really supportive. And I would say for my brother, I'm shameless plug. I'm always gonna plug Brandon for what he's doing. Because I'm proud of him,
Yeah.
and he has quality. Like it's not even biased. Like Brennan is of quality.
Yeah, I've seen the work. It's
Yeah,
insane.
and he does the graphics at Mount Zion. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he ain't I ain't you know what I'm saying? Like I know that's my brother, but
But he really bought his stuff.
he is.
Yeah.
And when I was little, I was always, drawing, and I think that kind of fed him to do it. And when
Yeah.
he like picked up that pencil and he showed us his first big portrait, we were like, where did like we knew he could draw, but he came out of nowhere and showed us. And ever since then, it's just been. And my dad is always, let me look at it, but he wants to show my dad before he puts out a new piece. But it's just we're all, sharing in that space and supporting each other.
I just like celebrate this moment, just having a family that's not just supportive but collaborative. You're all just
Mhm.
sharing each other's creativity. Like, how you think about this? How you think about that? What y'all
Mhm.
and that right there, y'all could literally be
Mhm.
a YouTube show and be like, "This is the creative space with us." Hey, and it would be hot. It would be a great show. Matter of fact, what would be a really good show is if you did your brother's paintings and of course you singing. Have you thought about the collab happening at some point?
It would be nice for me and him. I'm sure it's kind of come up, but it would be really nice. I feel like if me and him had some type of collaborative show, because he just released a new line of portraits. I don't remember the word for it, but like he just had an
Yeah.
art show for a new line. And so if he does another bulk of portraits, it's something that me and him could bounce off of, and I had a project, that would be really.
Yeah, so something that would reflect your project, and then you're seeing these. I'm sorry, I'm there. I'm in the room and I see it. But you're seeing this artwork and it's telling you a story of the music that you're about to hear, that you're actually hearing at this current moment, and it's just taking you through this narrative. And your voice, of course, is help guiding it. And then people are like, "Oh my gosh, like I see this.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
want 10%. Listen,
Mhm.
y'all know I do this. I'll give you ideas about
Mhm.
my 10%,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
will be hot."
15, 20. Come on.
I'm just saying, like, I'll run if you want me to, but I'm telling you right now, I want money. But it
Yeah.
sounds that would be a great work for you guys to do because we don't see a lot of sibling duo supporting and building and crafting with each other. So I
That's a
just think that'd
genius
be
idea.
really good. Again, yeah, this is recorded for a reason. Um, now, now going back to the music, tell me about you first writing your first piece. You getting up there and you saying, I'm gonna be an artist. Here's my first showcase. Here's me doing my thing. How was that emotion for you?
I gotta think back to it was this song. I didn't perform it. It was a song called Weekend. And my dad, that is the hill he would die on. He does not play about that song. And I hide it away. It was my first rap song.
Mhm.
And I wrote it in my kitchen while I was supposed to be working from home.
Okay.
And
Okay. All
and
right.
I heard this beat, and it was pretty much like so it's like, the movie Friday, you start at the beginning of the day and you just
Mhm.
go through all these things. So this was kind of like a weekend version of I'm explaining like each one of these days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm saying, this is what happened on this day. I had to do a show. On this day, I had to work on this editing thing. And on this day, I'm grateful for X, Y, and Z. And yeah, and it's saying I get no sleep on the weekends. Is the chorus. And
Mm.
so anyway, that was the first thing that I did. I never performed it. I just yeah.
You still have not performed it, or
Nah, my dad's like, you need to put it out. I'm just like, I don't know, daddy. Like I was 20, 21, 22, and I hear the changes that I've had
yeah?
as a rapper over time. But I was still proud of the work that I did. And I still am for like that was my first,
Then do it. I
you
feel
know.
like you can, of course, work on it again if you want to go back and fix the cadence. Maybe the cadence was different then than it
Uh-huh.
is now, but do it, release it. There's an artist, I forgot which one it was. I want to say Dende, but anyway, he whoever that was, they had a song and they was wanting to put it out, but they were like, I'm not sure if my crowd, my people, because they
Mhm.
got really famous off of TikTok. I don't know if they're gonna like this, and they just said bump it and just hit send. All of a sudden, it became their big hit. It was Byron Jawan, Timeless. That's what it was.
Okay.
It hit send, and the song went viral. It was a hot song. It was just the thing for him. And I'm not saying I'm just saying that if you just try, put it out there,
Yeah.
get the response from the people. We need that. We want to see more of you. So you have to put that out there for us.
You sound like my dad. He's like, just put it.
Just
He's
put it
like,
out
baby, could
there.
you just put? He wanted it on the album, and he was like, could you just? I was like, Dad, I'm not putting it on the album, but like, he's like, could you just put it out? And so I was like, Daddy, I'll release it.
And watch Daddy be right. Watch him be right, and you'll be like, damn.
You know, that's what he. Everything you said, that's what he said.
So just telling him, God works in mysterious ways. Okay, Dad told you. The other person don't know the story, don't know what happened. Here I am telling you the same thing. Just saying.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, well, let's keep pushing.
Okay.
But now you have a residency, right?
On Bella Louisville. Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
So my dad again, he cause his band, so I play with him in his band on that boat, and he had just plugged me. He was working on getting boats, cruises, like working on that circuit. And so he had landed to Belle Louisville about 3-ish years ago, maybe. And I had met the guy who does the booking up there, Eric, and then they plugged my band in, and so we just both.
That is so sweet. Do you see yourself on this fast trajectory? I mean, a lot of artists don't get a residency for a long time. A long time. I don't even talk about Vegas like a long time, even locally. Like it takes a long time. How did you now you have it? You're kind of early in your career in a sense. You've been working on your craft for a very long time. You've been out there, but to have it in this early stage of your career, that's another remarkable thing to have.
I think so. Also, I feel like I have like there's two sides. It's kind of split because with my cover band, we're doing like R&B, pop,
Yeah.
Country, and so in Nashville also we have like the gig circuit. Like there's the downtown bars and all that stuff. So that is kind of where that came from. Like that was the world that I was living in. And while I was working on my music and releasing singles also. So I am very early and I am getting to know how do you move, how does this work? How does the networking thing work when it comes to pushing myself as an artist? Saying like as an independent artist and not only as someone who does like the cover band.
Yeah.
So those two worlds have not completely like with what we did for 92Q, like the kickback, that was where I got to see those two worlds come together. I feel like that was the first time where for real, like my two selves we're coming together like on stage where I'm doing like songs that I've written and we're also doing a cover band and it's intentional and it's celebrating the artist. But other than that, I feel like it's usually very separate.
Do you feel like it comes together though? When it comes together that one time, did you feel like it worked for you or?
No, I want to do that.
You want?
I want to do.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, you can. You can mix it up. I mean, the reason why I had an artist ask, well, actually a manager that was there, he asked me, why does artists sing cover songs? I'm like, because we're trying to get to know you. And then when we know you, we want to love you. So when you do the cover songs, at least that's how I've always seen it. When you do the cover songs, you're doing songs that I already know. So I'm just getting to know your vocal skills, your cadence, your talent, your way of doing whatever note. I'm getting to know that. Now I got it. Now I want to see what you do.
Yeah.
So that's all it is a build up to who you are and really giving somebody, the people, a shining star. Like, oh my gosh, the way you did that, it looked different.
Yeah.
So
it helps that connection. Yeah, like doing that first on something that's familiar.
Okay, I'm gonna need another 10%. But anyway, so
I'm gonna send it over.
So tell me, the audiences that you performed for, talking about like Broadway, talking about the boat, all of that. Does it differ? Do you feel like the people differ, or do you change yourself? Oh, it does differ. Okay, in a bad way or a good way? I'm nervous.
It's just different. It's just like so. We used to have a residency downtown when I was like, I don't know, it was right before the pandemic. And everybody's very like they lit, hype. It might not be as many Black people, and they're like, "Let's go,"
Yeah.
So it's like it's very, it's very interactive.
Imagine a drunk man just be like, "Let's go."
No, really.
Like, bro, calm down.
No, really.
This is R&B.
No, yeah. So
oh my gosh.
With that, and then I also feel like I got to do, or I felt more comfortable with doing a lot more variety.
Yeah.
We doing pop, we doing country, we doing R&B. Like we're mixing everything. Versus in other spaces, if it's more of a Black crowd, I feel like, Black people are all I won't say always, but we see a lot of talent because of growing up in the church, in the black
This
church.
is very true.
I feel like black people are used to the talent because they it's very saturated. I feel
Mhm.
in our community, and so it's just a different type of connection on stage with a black crowd. I don't know how to explain it. It's just different.
Mhm.
It's not the same. Like let's go. It's like it's a bit calmer. It's a bit
Yeah.
more intimate.
It's home.
Yeah. It's does
It's
that
home.
make sense?
Yeah, I
Like
trust me. Yeah, because I'll for me, because I'm not an artist, but I'll host something. I'll be somewhere when I'm on stage, and I'll have the audience be a different demographic, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, hi guys, how you doing?" And it's
yeah.
just a whole different vibe you have to be and you
Mhm.
receive. But then when I go to my home base,
Mhm.
I just feel like, "What's up, family? How
Mhm.
y'all doing?"
Mhm.
It's more calm. It's more you feel comfortable because you're seeing reflections of you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I maybe, I don't know, but I just be like, "I hope I do a good job. I hope y'all like this. I hope, cause y'all know if I don't hit this note, y'all gonna know about it."
Yeah,
So,
that's the
you know.
difference though. If you hit the note wrong on the black crowd,
Yeah,
they
it's the
gonna be
pressure's
like,
up.
"Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, the white crowd, they drunk. They don't know what's
We
going on."
cause we had Apollo. We
Yeah,
grew up watching Apollo and
yeah,
the clown and all
yep,
that stuff.
yep.
So, culturally it's different, but you do still have the same opportunity to connect with people in both
You
spaces.
do.
So that's I just had to learn like how to navigate each of those crowds and instead of like being intimidated by different things from each crowd,
Mhm.
learning how to like tap into the strengths of that of what can we do and how can we connect with this group of people.
That is so smart. Like I said, your trajectory is crazy. Your wisdom is crazy. It's just like
Thank you.
you have all of this that a lot of artists don't have at all or still trying to understand. So the fact that you see the value of both demographics, the fact that you, of course, your residency, the fact that you're able to not just do an intimate show, but something a little bigger. Like you can do, you have a range. You can do it
Thank
all. You
you.
know that, right?
I appreciate it.
I'm just saying, you can say gangster, but I'm just saying, like, you might be, the shit, or whatever,
Thank
But
you.
so tell us, what you working on right now? What's the music like for you right now?
Okay.
Oh gosh, you got excited, Lord.
I did because we're in new territory.
Okay.
Cause well, I put the album out
Mhm.
and so after that I feel like I had some room to open up my mind and my heart a bit to just exploring other avenues. And so the song that I just put out, that's my first R&B song, like strictly R&B,
Yeah.
that I wrote and all that. So that one, and then right now I'm working on a country pop song. And so um
Country pop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very country pop, very much like we're not going we may be upset about the breakup, but we're going out tonight. The
Ooh.
song's called That's Okay. And so
Okay.
I'm working on that right now. And I'm excited because I mean I cover country songs
Yeah.
with the band, but I hadn't written or put out my own. And so I'm just, I'm happy to dabble in other spaces
Yeah.
and get to
Yeah.
know.
I just love the fact that you are, and quote me, you are a forward-thinking artist. You are a forward-thinking artist. Like I'm just blown away. It's everything, especially now the versatility. A lot of artists don't want to touch anything else but the one
Really?
lane.
I just want to be
Yeah,
myself.
you want to be
I think
yourself.
that's the
So there's a country part of you, there's a pop side of you, there's a
mhm.
rapper. There's all these different sides, and you just want to be able to touch them all and
I wanna
give them
be
all out.
myself, yeah. I just wanna be myself, like, I think at one point when I was younger, I said, "I just want when I grow up, I just wanna get paid to be myself." So whatever that looks like, I don't want it to be where people, like, put me in a box or I put myself in a box.
Yeah.
I just wanna be like, "Well, if Carmen felt like doing this today, that's what she did, and that's on brand. That's what she would do something like that."
Okay. So what is the Carmen brand? And if you were trying to right now, somebody trying to understand you, what would you say to them to get them to understand this is who I am?
I'll definitely start with variety. I would say, yeah,
Yeah.
variety, and I would, describe myself as an artist and not only sticking to just music, but just like an artist. So whatever it is in that realm, I like to do it. I want to get in there. So
All
yeah.
right. And what's the song that you have that describes you the most? That really is the this is my heart. This is me in the form of a song.
Um. So okay. So for that, I would say I don't want to claim that that is my eternal state.
Mm.
However, it is something that was very much a description of my feelings and emotions for a long span of time. That's the song Insecure. And I mean, that song basically just it's in the form of like freestyle, I guess. So it's not a chorus or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just a long verse of, and it's very descriptive. Um, yeah, and it just tells you I'm overwhelmed with this. I'm working on getting my music out. This is what love life looks like. This is what it looks like me trying to do my best in life. This is how I feel when I'm hoping that God um supports me and God believes in what I'm doing, or that God is guiding me, or hoping that I have his approval, or whatever that looks like. It's just he's in charge, don't get me wrong.
Mm.
But I'm just saying, like, in that song, it's just it encompasses all of those things. So I would definitely say that one. And that one had the most traction on my social media. So I feel like people connected with it too.
Well, go ahead and tell them the social media. How can they connect with you?
Okay. You can find me on Instagram is at Carmen Music, and music is spelled Musiq. And then on Facebook is Carmen Van Leer.
And I feel real bad if I don't say Roz Malone was the person that connected me, of course, to you.
I love Roz.
I mean,
I love
Roz
Roz. Hey,
is,
babes.
I mean, I met Roz. I feel like I met her at a showcase. My first time meeting her, went up to her and was like, I love you.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
like that.
it's like that. Like, she has that essence, that energy, and literally one of the sweetest of all the local artists I've ever worked with, all the artists I've ever worked with. And she has to be the sweetest, one of the sweetest artists ever. And she connected me with you. And I'm so blessed by that because learning your story more and hearing more about your craftsmanship and also just who you are. Like I said, you are a forward thinking artist. You know before anybody else does. You put yourself in the ranges of all that you want to do and aspire to do without, and you might have some fear, but to me, it's without fear, straight confidence, and understanding that this isn't about just me.
Mm,
This isn't just my story.
mm,
This is about someone else getting reached, getting heard, and understood, and understand that this is not just you. You're not alone. I'm here for you too.
yeah.
So thank you for being that reflection because somebody needs it. And knowing your trajectory, knowing how far you're gonna go, it's amazing. It's gonna blow your mind.
Oh, come on. Amen.
So our last question, I often ask this question. I'm like asking the same question to artists, but this one I really want to ask you: what is the big dream? Where does Carmen want to be?
So, um, speaking on like trajectory, I have noticed that things have looked different lately, and so that's exciting.
Yeah,
Things have been moving a lot quickly, like a lot quicker lately.
yeah.
So there is like, okay, everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We good? You good? You need water? Okay. So that part I'm speaking on that as far as saying like I have met some of the parts that might be scary if that is what I get to have. Like there are some scary parts about it.
Yeah.
There's some scary people. There's some things that I've started to kind of like okay, so that. But outside of that, I wanna do the thing. Like I want to do it. I wanna be in the arena. I want to be at Madison Square. I want to see people's phone lights, and I
Yeah.
want to like have those intimate spaces with people, even if it's a lot of people.
Mhm.
Same intimate spaces where you get to connect with people in a small room. I want to feel like that in a huge room. Like wherever I go, like I want that and to have I want to have a positive impact, and I want it to be purpose filled, and I want whatever God wants me to do to be the thing that I do, and I feel fulfilled in that way. So no, I want to do the thing.
I want to think.
I wanna
I want
do
the whole thing.
at the I
The
wanna
thing.
do the thing at
Thing.
the highest level. I wanna do, you
The
know?
thing.
I wanna do the
Do
thing.
the
I wanna
thing.
make the music. I wanna make music videos, and I wanna go rap and sing for people.
Yeah.
That's what I wanna do that.
I can't wait to see your collaboration with Missy. That's gonna be crazy. I can see that for you. But it's amazing about
Yeah. Surf from in the yeah.
the way
Hey. Hey, hey.
this girl. Wait.
You can shape a toe top with a motor. Like a motor. Yes. Where is Missy?
I can see that for you. I feel like that would be a perfect collab.
Yeah.
I think it really would be.
We gonna dye our hair. I don't know. We go. Yes, Missy.
I get wild with
We
it.
wearing
but,
leather.
Hey, come
Yeah.
through. I can see that.
I love her. Yes. With the won't
But I will tell you this. Real quick, getting into the music industry, understanding that there's those scary spaces, scary people, moments. Okay. Because I know some moments.
Lord.
Allow yourself to have a good understanding connection with Christ. I'm just gonna say this. I know you asked. We ain't talking about
Come on,
advice,
but
whatever,
we're gonna get into.
But we're gonna get into it because that is also one of my fears, and it was one of my fears. And my family, they were so afraid of that when I was like. Matter of fact, they didn't even see me going this direction. We didn't know where we were going with me. Oh my gosh, no, we were confused. We all was confused. But
what?
Yeah, we didn't know. But now,
so natural to you.
Oh my god.
Golly gee.
Oh my god.
No, it is.
But now that we're here and I've been to some spaces and done some things, I have realized something that God will put the people around you that needs to be around you. God will put you in the spaces that you need to be in. You just have to follow his path, not your flesh, not what you think, not what no, follow him.
Yeah.
When he tells you you need to leave at 9, you need to make this door exit. You need to do this. You do it. Don't say, but he fine though. Don't say, but they seem nice. No, don't allow yourself to put in a but where God says, I want you to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to do that. So don't have a fear of the people that you connect with or you might connect with that can be bad. Don't do that. Have more of a spirit of discernment to listen to God to know who is the right person you want me to collaborate with. So as long as you do that, you got it. You're fine. Like,
yeah,
I'm so blessed to the people that I know that I work with because they never hurt me. They've never come for me. Even now, as a female in this industry, guys know not to hit me up in that capacity because my God don't work like that. You see the image of my God when I walk, when I talk, how I move. So you know better to not come at me any kind of way.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the same for you. So just keep leaning more to your spiritual connection and you will be all right.
Yeah. And lean into him.
Lean into him, honey, because if you lean into Todrick, Roderick, or whatever, you're going to be confused as a mug. So I'm just letting you know, it's a better choice.
But someone told me that a long time ago, something of that. He said, just keep your eyes on God, keep your eyes on Christ. And I'll never forget that moment. We were I had never met this man. And that was what he said. And I never forgot that. Like,
it's true.
He was like, in the midst of your blessings, keep your eyes on God, keep your eyes on Christ. So, that's
when I tell you, when you hear it twice, that means it's true. So your daddy was right. You need to release this song. No, I absolutely am blessed by you, and I thank you so much. Again, tell them your socials again so they can connect with you. Because I'm telling y'all, Carmen, this is your girl. This is what you're gonna see right here. BET, MTV, VH1. Matter of fact, she's gonna make sure that she connects with she'll be the new female hip hop. Okay, you never know this. This girl is the queen. So y'all connect with her. How do they connect with you?
You can find me on Instagram. It's at CarmenMusic, Carmen Music, spelled with a Q. And you can find me on Facebook, Carmen Van Leer. Same TikTok. I think it's Carmen Music too. It's the same thing.
All right. Y'all stay connected with her and definitely check out her music on our show, R&B Vibes. That's it. I'm Ebony right here on 92Q.